Hi, it's the FYI guy. Today we're going to replace the carbon black water filter in our canister. The canister is actually in the basement. Sometimes you'll find them under the sink, but I put ours in the basement. It's right above the stationary tub. It's easy to get to. It's directly below this kitchen sink. You can see the filter I purchased. It's a Ice Pure. I believe it's 1 micron. That's what you got to pay attention to. Some of them are 5, some of them are 10. The higher the number, the bigger the particles that get past, and you end up drinking or eating or whatever when you put it in your food. So this 1 micron, I've been real happy with it. It seems like that's just about as low as you're going to get in one of these cartridge filters. You can see I have this strap wrench. That's what I'm going to loosen the cartridge with. First thing I got to do, or I prefer to do, is to remove the aerator on the tip of the faucet, because once you get to opening and shutting your shutoff valves, you're going to loosen up some lime deposits, some debris that's in your line, and it's going to end up clogging up your aerator. Then I'm going to go ahead and turn the cold water on just a little bit, because that's what's going to get rid of the pressure. It's going to be some pressure built up when I go downstairs. I want to relieve that pressure. So let's head on downstairs. We're now in the basement, and as you can see, here's my cartridge, and you can see the one shutoff valve in front of you. The water is running this way, and then the other valve going up to the kitchen is behind the cartridge, so I can shut it off both ways. So the first one I'm going to shut off is this one here, and with the valve open at the kitchen sink, I've relieved the pressure in this line here. There's going to be pressure in that line, and I've relieved the pressure. Now that the pressure's off of it, I am going to go ahead and shut this back valve. Now, there should be no pressure between the two valves, and I'll be able to loosen this canister up much easier than if it was pressurized. Now, there is a relief valve on top, on the top of the, I don't like pressing that relief valve because it gets gunked up and then it ends up leaking for a day or two, so I just prefer to relieve the pressure myself. Now when you do this, I've already loosened this by the way, but when you do it, you do want to get a good grip. Probably want to put a hand up here on your copper line. You don't want to tear your copper pipe out of here, but I've already loosened this, so it should break pretty easily, as it did. Once you get it loose, which I did, these straps really strap wrenches really work well for this. But you really don't need to put this cartridge on real tight. I only hand tighten it, but it seems like every time when it comes to loosen it, I do need to use that wrench. So you don't have to over tighten this, because then you're going to have a heck of a time getting it off. I'm going to unscrew this, and there you go. There's my old cartridge. Yeah, I'm making a mess, but it's going right down into our stationary tub. So now the next thing to do is to clean this canister out, put a new cartridge on, and rehang it. There's a little raised ring at the bottom of this. That's where your cartridge needs to sit over. It's kind of self-explanatory, but you can see you got an opening. That opening needs to fit directly over that center ring in order to seat properly. There's no top or bottom to this cartridge. It just inserts into there. Get it centered, which it almost centers itself when you put it in there. And then we need to screw it in back into the into the base. I'm up here where the base is now, and you're pretty simple. You're just gonna thread that sucker on there. I'm trying to do it with one hand. And you're just gonna snug it up by hand. You don't want to overdo it. Okay, now I'm gonna first open up the back valve that goes up to the sink. Now remember, the sink faucet is open. It's still open. I had the valves off. Now this front valve is where the water's headed this way, so the water stopped from reaching the filter. I'm going to turn this on. You can hear the flow. Now it has charged. It's charged the line. I got my new filter in there, and the sink upstairs should be running. Okay, I'm back upstairs. They recommend to let this thing run for 3 or 4 minutes just to flush out the carbon sediment that might have been in the filter when they manufactured it. It's right there on the label. So I'm going to let this run, and when I'm finished, I'll turn it off and replace my aerator, and then I'll be done. But makes a world of difference, these carbon filters. I definitely can taste the difference in the water. It removes the chlorine. Chlorine's fine. Getting to your house, it's going to keep the bacteria out of the water. It's going to keep the waters at a safe level, but I don't necessarily want to drink that chlorine. These carbonated filters remove the chlorine. They don't remove fluoride, which you need for your teeth. That's also in the water, but it doesn't remove that. It only removes the chlorine and any other sediment that's in your water down to 1 micron. So I'm a big fan of them. The water tastes way better. We do have great city water here. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just like to have that little extra edge, get rid of that chlorine taste. Give it a try, change your filter out, get you one of these, and I think you'll be happy with it. Catch you next time.